Hey there, fellow adventurers, ready to explore the City of Lights? From famous landmarks to hidden treasures, Paris has a captivating mix of history, art, and culture. Whether you love art, history, or just want an amazing trip, Paris has something for everyone. Come with me as we discover the best travel ideas for your Paris adventure. We'll visit the must-see spots that make Paris so special. Get ready to be inspired and excited to book your trip. We'll explore the heart of the city, find hidden gems, and give you helpful tips to make the most of your time in this magical city. So grab your hat, pack your adventurous spirit, and let's dive into the best that Paris has to offer. Ah, the Eiffel Tower! This famous landmark isn't just a pretty sight, it's the symbol of Paris. Imagine standing beneath its towering height, its intricate metal reaching for the sky. That's the magic of the Eiffel Tower, and it's something you just can't miss. Now, I know what you're thinking, it's going to be packed, and yes, you're right, but believe me, it's worth it. Here's a tip, buy your tickets online. This way you can skip the long lines and go straight to the elevators. Once you're at the top, get ready for amazing views of Paris. You can see everything from the Arc de Triomphe to the Sacré-Cœur Basilica, all spread out below you like a beautiful map. Take your time, enjoy the views, and don't forget your camera. If you're feeling adventurous, you can even walk down from the second floor. It's a fun way to get some exercise and see the tower from a different angle. You'll pass by souvenir shops and cafes where you can grab a coffee and a croissant. Speaking of cafes, did you know the Eiffel Tower has its own restaurants? You can have a fancy dinner with a view at Le Jules Verne, a top-notch restaurant on the second floor. But the Eiffel Tower isn't just about the views and the food, it's also about the history and amazing engineering. Built in 1889 for the World's Fair, this Iron Lady was a super impressive feat of engineering. So, take some time to appreciate the intricate details of how it's built. Notice the rivets, the beams, and how huge it is. It's truly awesome. And as the sun sets, casting a golden glow over the city, the Eiffel Tower becomes even more magical. The twinkling lights light up the Parisian skyline, creating a romantic and unforgettable feeling. A trip to Paris wouldn't be complete without seeing the magic of the Eiffel Tower. It's a must-see, and a memory you'll keep forever. Now let's explore the world of art at the Louvre Museum, home to some of the most famous masterpieces in the world. Imagine walking through grand halls filled with centuries-old paintings and sculptures. You turn a corner and there she is, the Mona Lisa, with her mysterious smile. But the Louvre isn't just about the Mona Lisa, it's a treasure chest of art and history with everything from Egyptian artifacts to Renaissance masterpieces. You could spend days here and still not see it all. Feeling lost? Don't worry, that's normal. My advice is to pick a few areas or collections that interest you most. Do you like ancient Egypt? Go to the Egyptian antiquities section. Love Italian Renaissance art? Go to the Italian paintings wing where you'll find works by masters like Michelangelo, Raphael, and Leonardo da Vinci. And don't forget the sculptures. The Louvre has some of the most famous sculptures in the world like the Venus de Milo and the Winged Victory of Samothrace. These sculptures show the incredible skill of artists from the past. Here's a tip. The Louvre gets super crowded, especially during busy times. To avoid the long lines, try visiting early in the morning or later in the afternoon. If you really want to make the most of your time, book a guided tour. A guide can lead you through the crowds, tell you interesting facts about the artwork, and make sure you don't miss the best parts. Oh, and one more thing. While you're at the Louvre, check out the big glass pyramid in the courtyard. It's a cool modern building that looks amazing next to the historic palace. The Louvre is a feast for the eyes, a place where you can get lost in the beauty of art history. So take your time, wander around, and enjoy the masterpieces. Chapter 3. Notre Dame Cathedral, standing the test of time. Notre Dame Cathedral, a true symbol of Paris, sadly suffered a terrible fire in 2019. While the damaged cathedral is heartbreaking to see, it's important to remember that Notre Dame is a symbol of strength. Even though it's being repaired, you can still feel the spirit of this magnificent building. As you stand in front of it, imagine the many people who have visited over the centuries. The cathedral's tall spires, beautiful stained glass windows, and detailed sculptures show the amazing skill of the people who built it long ago. While you can't go inside right now, you can still admire it from the outside. Look closely at the details of the front, the impressive gargoyles, and the sheer size of this amazing building. Even though it's being repaired, Notre Dame's spirit is still strong. In fact, the rebuilding has brought new hope. It reminds us that even after tragedy, people can overcome challenges. While you're there, walk along the Seine River. The views of Notre Dame from the river are especially beautiful. Here's a tip: try visiting Notre Dame at night. The lit-up cathedral, even under repair, looks magical in the dark. Notre Dame Cathedral is more than just a building. It's a symbol of Paris's strength, its history, and a place of hope. So, when you're in Paris, make sure to visit this important landmark. Chapter 4. Montmartre, where art meets charm. All aboard our imaginary train, because we're going up to Montmartre, the charming hilltop neighborhood that artists and travelers have loved for centuries. Imagine cobblestone streets with cute cafes and art studios and music filling the air. As you walk through the narrow streets, you'll feel like you've traveled back in time. This is the Montmartre of Picasso, Renoir, and Toulouse-Lautrec, where art was created in cafes. Our first stop is the Sacré-Cœur Basilica, a beautiful white dome basilica on top of the hill. Step inside to see its amazing mosaics and enjoy fantastic views of Paris from its steps. Next, let's go to Place du Tertre, the heart of Montmartre's art scene. Here you'll find artists selling their work, from colorful paintings to funny caricatures. It's a great place to buy a souvenir or enjoy the lively atmosphere. Now let's talk food. Montmartre has some of the most charming cafes and restaurants in Paris. Stop by a traditional bistro for French onion soup or enjoy a delicious crepe, and try a glass of wine at one of Montmartre's vineyards. Yes, vineyards. The Clos Montmartre is a small vineyard right in the neighborhood where you can try local wine. As the sun sets, Montmartre becomes magical. The streetlights twinkle, music plays, and the smell of fresh bread fills the air. Montmartre is a delight for your senses, a place where you can enjoy the charm of old Paris. So put on your walking shoes, grab your camera, and get ready to experience the magic of Montmartre. Chapter 5. Seine River Cruise, sail through history. All aboard for a relaxing Seine River cruise. This is the best way to see the beauty of Paris from a different view. As you float along the river, you'll see amazing views of the city's most famous landmarks. Imagine enjoying a glass of wine as you pass the Eiffel Tower, shining in the setting sun. You'll see the Louvre Museum on one side and Notre Dame Cathedral on the other. But the Seine River cruise is more than just sightseeing. It's a trip through history, a chance to connect with Paris. Your guide will tell you fascinating stories about the city's past. You'll learn about the kings and queens of France, the artists and writers who loved the Seine, and the events that shaped Paris. Look out for the historic bridges, each with its own story. From the fancy Pont Alexandre III to the famous Pont Neuf, these bridges are amazing and connect the different parts of Paris. You'll also see the houseboats or peniches along the river. These charming floating homes show a different way of life in Paris. Some are now cozy cafes and restaurants, offering a unique dining experience with river views. Whether you choose a daytime cruise to enjoy the sunshine or an evening cruise to see the magic of Paris lit up at night, a Seine River cruise is unforgettable. It's a chance to relax and appreciate the beauty of Paris. There you have it! 5 amazing travel ideas to make your Paris trip unforgettable. From the Eiffel Tower to the charming streets of Montmartre, Paris has so much to offer. Remember to enjoy the Parisian lifestyle, the delicious food, and the city's magical atmosphere. Whether you're walking along the Seine, exploring museums, or just relaxing at a cafe, Paris has a way of charming everyone. Goodbye and happy travels.